This is WLKY-TV, Louisville, your 24-hour news source. Now, Steve Bergen, Julia Yarbo, Chris Phillips with the weather, and Rick Van Hoos on sports. This is Channel 32 News, the Weekend Report.
Good evening, everyone. Julia has the night off. Topping our news, a state record $11 million jackpot. That's what's up for grabs tonight in Lotto, Kentucky. People have been lining up to take a chance, and to accommodate the large crowds, lottery officials this weekend extended hours for selling tickets. Those officials say they are also seeing a lot of quick picks, a sign the big jackpot is attracting new players.
Away to my family. Okay. Yeah. And then I'll get out of Kentucky. Take my money and run.
I give some to my kids, then I take the rest and take some trips and retire from work.
Tonight's drawing is at 7:28. We will be showing you the 6 numbers at the bottom immediately following that drawing. Louisville Fire Department divers have been searching the Ohio River today. City police say a witness saw a black man jump from the 2nd Street Bridge into the Ohio around 3:30 this afternoon. River traffic was halted while the divers searched for that man. High winds and choppy waters made the search more difficult. Divers have now called it quits for the day. Louisville arson investigators are looking into the cause of a fire at a house on North 38th Street. Fire officials were called to the scene of a vacant building this morning around 2:30. It took nearly 24 firefighters some 20 minutes to extinguish that blaze. There were no injuries. The cause has not been determined, but neighbors reported seeing someone around the house shortly before that fire broke out. A 2-year-old boy was struck last night by a car on East St. Catherine. Today he remains hospitalized. Joshua Z. was hit when he ran into the street around 8 p.m. He is listed in fair condition at Kosare Children's Hospital. The mother of the boy, Janice Markham, was also hit by that car when she ran into the street after Joshua. Her injuries were not serious. City police say no charges will be filed against the driver of the car. Community leaders recently asked people how they would make Louisville and Jefferson County a better place to live, and today they announced what they found. Cheryl Mathis reports.
Many here say they want to make Greater Louisville a better place to live, especially for the children. So that's why they participated in a community-wide questionnaire asking for what they feel is detrimental to the future of Louisville and Jefferson County. Community leaders expected about 200 responses. Instead, 7 times as many replied.
And we believe that it will continue to grow. With your help getting the word out for others to sign up and become a participant, we think that we'll be able to draw folks from all over this community to work with us to develop the future as we want it to be for the greater Louisville area.
Organizers look to the past to make a point about what's needed for a better future.
I've decided to come to you in live form because I've heard that you're doing disturbing things to presidents who have passed away. And I thought that I might be here to best represent the spirit that founded our territory.
From the hundreds of responses, leaders focused on 13 areas that need more attention, which include health, human needs, economic development, education, and environment. Environment tops this woman's list.
We don't have legislation to protect our water. We've been to Floyd Spork's meetings lately where people are so concerned about both dredging and pollution. We have unplanned huge development sometimes without enough protection for the water courses. We're saving a spot for habitat so that we'll have some of our Kentucky heritage in the future.
Organizers say this is the beginning of a 2-year program, one they'll call on the community again and again to revise. And this man says he'd like to see an expansion of rights for the gays and lesbians and more neighborhood exchange.
We don't know, we sometimes fear. And I think we need to understand each other, understand the different needs and the similarities that we have with other people.
By this time next year, each group will release a set of goals which you'll be able to vote on and let them know if their plan of action is in line with what's important in this community. At the Louisville Zoo, Cheryl Mathis, Channel 32 News.
Anyone can get involved or become part of the Goals Committee. Researching the issues will go on through this fall and winter. One goal for several pro-choice activists is to see that Roe versus Wade is not overturned. And some members of the Jewish, Presbyterian, and Catholic faiths today were making public their positions on abortion. They're part of the Kentucky Religious Coalition for Abortion Rights. They say the decision to have a child rests with each woman, and it should be free of government intervention. Many claim the Bible is silent on abortion and that it is not forbidden.
Thus, we pray and work for the day when there is no pregnancy by rape or incest, no out-of-wedlock pregnancy, and no serious medical complications during pregnancy. Until that day comes, however, our church, through its ruling body, the General Assembly, has repeatedly supported the legal right of women to access to abortion.
The group says it doesn't promote abortion, but it is pro-choice. The Kentucky group is part of a national organization which says a large segment of the religious community is pro-choice. Ryan White, the Cicero, Indiana teen who died of AIDS, is the subject of a sculpture unveiled in Los Angeles. Cancer-stricken Lau Alizedo, a former pro football player, helped unveil that sculpture while White's mother looked on. The inscription reads, "Ryan White, he had courage to tell his story and give us all hope." White was a hemophiliac who is believed to have contracted AIDS from tainted blood. Louisville is considered among the leaders in affordable housing, but some say that does not apply to low-income families. Today, several nonprofit organizations discussed how to provide affordable housing for the low income. But as Todd Carter reports, several problems stand in the way.
This rundown, unpainted, dilapidated house has changed. It now looks like this. And this historic landmark with its boarded-up windows has also taken on a new look. These are examples of what nonprofit organizations have done throughout Jefferson County to improve affordable housing for low-income families. Today, First National Bank hosted a one-day seminar called One Home at a Time. It's primarily for nonprofit groups interested in turning old homes into new homes and making them affordable.
The problem is that when a family's income is $12,000 or so, it doesn't matter that a $150,000 home would be a good bargain.
This apartment building on South 6th Street was recently spared from the wrecking ball and now is home to several low-income families.
I think it should be more places. There are a lot of people that cannot meet the minimum payment, where they live.
But projects like this are in jeopardy because of important federal legislation that may not pass through Congress. If certain tax credit legislation doesn't pass, it will mean the creation of low-income housing in Jefferson County will be put on hold for at least a year.
It means that there will be probably in our community here alone in Louisville and Jefferson County, $30 or $40 million worth of proposed multifamily housing that will not happen.
At one time, both of these apartment buildings stood vacant for about 10 years. They probably would have been torn down. But now, 12 individuals or families make their homes here. Near downtown Louisville, Todd Connor, Channel 32 News.
Seminars on low-income housing are scheduled throughout Jefferson County over the next several weeks during Affordable Housing Month. 50 years ago, Louisville became home for the DuPont Company, and today the company is celebrating its golden anniversary. DuPont is the world's largest producer of neoprene synthetic rubber. You can find that rubber in running shoes, wetsuits, tires, and even disposable diapers. Today's open house featured a plant tour, historic exhibits, and a health and safety display. This DuPont rail car is used to train workers to deal with dangerous fires or chemical leaks. One DuPont retiree says safety is something that's stressed more today than 50 years ago.
So many changes been made during those times. One I remember, up until 1950, we didn't wear the safety glasses or the hard hats.
Over the next 5 years, DuPont plans to spend more than $100 million to modernize the plant. DuPont presently employs about 700 people. Coming up, Chris Phillips will be along to tell us if this sweater weather will continue.
This is WLKY Channel 32 Weather Watcher Rudy Hamlin in Sellersburg, Indiana. In Sellersburg this afternoon, it's cloudy, overcast, and cool. A slight breeze, just a nice fall afternoon. The present temperature is 56 degrees.
Fire. What a horrible way to die. Yet each year, more than 6,000 Americans succumb to the heat, smoke, and flames. It can happen to you. October is Fire Prevention Month. Is your family prepared? Do your children know how to respond? Now they can learn. Join Channel 32 news anchor Bruce Dunbar for a special on fire and what you can do to get out alive. Beginning Wednesday at 6 on WLKY-TV, your 24-hour news source.
Can you tell me why anybody would pay regular retail prices for an appliance? Why, that's downright foolish and expensive. Ought to go to Bargain Supply, 844 East Jefferson. Pick yourself out a Hot Point GE White Westinghouse or Tappan with a little scratch or minor dent. They all carry full factory warranties, and you can save $30 to $100 or more. Of course, Bargain Supply has new in-the-crate appliances, too, discount priced every day. If you like to save a lot of money, you'll like Bargain Supply.
I've become more environmentally aware. I know that I need to do my part, that we all need to do our part to keep Kentucky and Louisville home the way that we've always known it to be, keep it that way for our kids. I'm recycling now. I'm doing things that I'm telling our viewers they need to do, and it just becomes second nature to put your newspapers and your plastic bottles and your glass bottles into a bin.
Get to know Vicki Dortch at 5 and 11 on your 24-hour news source.
For drain stoppages, sewer cleaning, and all your residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Donna Hauer Plumbing.
It is homecoming for the University of Louisville, and that means thousands of alumni are in town to watch their alma mater play. Nearly 1,500 alumni joined together indoors for a pregame party. It was the 13th annual alumni get-together, and this one included a 25th year football reunion.
I owe a lot to the university. I got my start here, of course, in my academics, and graduated in 1966. And since that time, of course, I've lived in Florida, and this is the 25th reunion of the team of '66, which I was a captain on. And so we're really excited about coming back and being a part of this activity.
Many say homecoming has become an annual event to see old friends. Health, fitness, and family togetherness are what attracted thousands of Jefferson County parents and children to Iroquois Park today. Students from public and private elementary schools put up their books and put on their jogging shoes. This was the third annual fun run. Runners and walkers could pick a 1-mile or 5-mile course. The races were designed to promote family fitness. Jim Creighton explains why he and his daughter came out.
To have fun and have Rachel and encourage her to keep fit.
How did you get him to come out here?
Well, we've been running for, me and my dad been running, and he likes to run with me.
Organizers say some 4,000 students and their parents turned out for today's fun run. And it was a bit chilly this morning. It stayed chilly throughout the day. And Chris Phillips is going to tell us if it's going to be chilly up in Lexington for that UK game. We know how chilly it is at Cardinal Stadium. It's so chilly the Cards are behind at halftime. I imagine they're getting 30 points in that contest.
I imagine they're getting warmed up a little bit right now.
If they're in the locker room, they are.
But we'll take a little closer look at our weather, and then we'll take a look at Lexington this evening. It is going to be cool, however. A little transition day. The sunshine's coming back, and the great fall colors you like are on the way. Here's a look outside our Channel 32 tower cam right now. Beautiful shot of the sky, and that shows just the transition we're looking at. We'll be moving from clouds back to sun, and I know you'll like to hear that. Right now, 56 degrees in the city. Humidity is 53%, and the wind, a cold northwest wind at 15. The barometer is 30.09, but good news, it's on the rise. Now, here's our numbers for today, and look at this. It looks like we're doing things right? Our high today, 73 degrees, right about a normal. Low, 53, a couple degrees above a normal. Well, the high temperature occurred at midnight and the low about 1 p.m. this afternoon. So there's something wrong with that picture as the cold front slid through. A little bit of rain today. The airport got just under ½ an inch, and we're just under a quarter with 0.22 of an inch on Television Hill here. Our weather photo, of course, the satellite view of the United States showing where the action is, and this is it. There's no missing it. The east side of the country is where everything is as the massive front is swept through. Swept all the clouds really out of the west. It's a very clear picture on back. We have a rotation around a low above the Great Lakes, but there's almost nothing out west, so we'll move on in and take a little closer look at our own weather here on the regional satellite view. You can see the cloud band, and this is the one that came through our way yesterday. And this morning, in fact, I can tell you it was about 4 o'clock this morning because that's when my windows and shutters started rattling, and I rolled over and looked at the clock. And it doesn't take a weatherman to know a cold front came through. If you were outside today and saw the temperature continue to drop, you know that, of course. It has pushed off to the eastern side of the state, and it's taking the clouds with it. A little sunshine peeking through back at Paducah, and as you could see in our weather shot at the front of the cast, we're starting to pick up some sunshine, and skies will clear out tonight. This is going to head on east, and all the showers and things are centered mostly in eastern Kentucky and pushing on through. It's powered by high pressure out to the west. Another high will be coming on down. We'll show you in just a minute. And that's going to mean real good weather for us. You can see where the action is as far as showers and thunder showers. Some very intense showers up around Pennsylvania right now. There's a few showers in eastern Kentucky and very few down in southwest and Tennessee. But most of the action up into Ohio, Pennsylvania, and following on with the movement of the front. Temperatures on the cool side right now. Indy with 56, a couple of 53s for Covington and Lexington. Jackson, the cool spot at 52. Bowling Green at 58. As we look on back out to the lakes, Paducah had a few rays of sunshine. They're warmed up to 63, and Evansville with 58. Going to show you a cold picture right now. The cold front's coming through, and there's nothing but a very cool air mass or cold air mass behind it. Our highs tomorrow, look at this, in the 50s for a change. So we're going to be chilling out, some 40s as we go on up to the Great Lakes, but it's going to be very unseasonably cool for us around here tomorrow. And as we look at the forecast map, you can see the cold front moving on out to the east coast. The high is powering and is going to move east, and another one coming down from Canada to keep things moving on out. If we look at Minnesota and Wisconsin, a few snow flurries falling back there. We won't have any of that, just some cool temperatures. We'll show you that right now in the forecast with the Channel 32 Weather Center. Tonight, clearing and cool, low down around 40 degrees. For Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud. Mostly sunny tomorrow morning, though, but high in the mid-50s, Steve, a cool one. As we look on down the week, we're going to have a very slow warming trend. I'll tell you, it's going to be a beautiful week for fall colors and cool, crisp days, so we can really enjoy that. And if you're heading out to the football game in Lexington, well, I guess for one thing, you're probably going to be a little bit late if you're sitting around right now, but it's going to be really nice. At kickoff time, we're looking for about 47 degrees, cloudy. The temperature dropping down to 43 and a pretty brisk 15-mile-an-hour wind there, so that may affect the football a little bit. Okay,
thank you, Chris. Coming up next in sports, we'll update the National League West pennant race, and U of L takes on Cincinnati for homecoming. Rick next.
My customers keep telling me, Tony, you gotta try Hardee's new subs. They're even better than yours. We'll see. Give me your best sub.
Okay. Start with a nice sub roll. Add Swiss, roast beef, turkey, and ham, fresh tomatoes, onions, and lettuce.
Right now, try one of Hardee's new subs and a Coke and get free fries. Get that at a sub shop.
Hey, Tony, great stuff, huh? Oh, sorry, Tony.
Deli subs, now at Hardee's.
Imagine the world's greatest engineers collaborating on one car.
Muscles, horsepower.
Zero deficiency.
Let's remember, we're not building a go-kart here, chaps.
I think safety.
There's no safety at 200 kilometers, but there can be quiet.
If they don't share the same vision, well, fortunately, in business communications, there is a company with the capability to marry the best thinking and technology into a communications vehicle that will really help move your business while avoiding the pitfalls of collaboration.
Fact. Fire is the third leading cause of accidental death in the home. October is Fire Safety Month, and 32 WLKY, McDonald's, and your local firefighters are teaming up to help you get out alive. Watch Channel 32 News anchor Bruce Dunbar's special assignment on fire safety. Stop by McDonald's for free fire safety brochures, and join all of us at this year's Great Louisville Fire Drill, Sunday, October 13th. Plan to get out alive. 32 WLKY, McDonald's, and your local firefighters.
Let's see here. The Cards picked by 30 over Cincinnati.
Some had them 30.5.
Yeah, 30.5.
Get ready to get shocked. I want to tell you, U of L was supposed to have a field day against struggling Cincinnati. So far, it's Cincinnati that's just rolling all over the Cardinals. We'll pick up the action. Cincinnati scores the touchdown to make it 7-0. They get the onside kick. I'm telling you what, Tim Murphy had a great game plan coming in. He was just pinning his guys' ears back and letting them fly. This touchdown makes it 14-0, Cincinnati on top of the favored Louisville Cardinals. It was starting to hurt from there. Cincinnati scores another touchdown to make it 20-0. Mike Britford with the score there, and Britford wasn't finished yet. And I want to tell you, the fans at Cardinal Stadium were hot. They are not liking what they are seeing. Here goes Britford on another one, this time from long range, about 50 yards on this touchdown scamper. It was 27-0, Cincinnati at the intermission. And currently, it is 27-7 in the third quarter. Louisville has its work cut out for it. Wow. The great highlights tonight at 11 if they can come back. Indiana entered Big Ten action today, taking on Michigan State. College, well, this big action. Indiana comes away with a big walloping win, 31-0 at home as they enter Big Ten action. On the day, though, Von Dunbar held under 100 yards rushing, but he had 70-something through the air. They didn't need him today. Indiana rolls past the Spartans. Top-ranked Florida State has a battle on its hands with Syracuse early on. Rocket Ismail's little brother will score the touchdown here, and it is 7-0 Syracuse. Florida State answered back, but Ismail put them up again 14-7. This has been a great ball game, but Florida State has taken control. They said enough is enough. They get the touchdown as they are now leading in the third quarter, 32-14. Elsewhere, Southern Miss has done it again. Once more, they came off with a big upset as they knocked off Auburn. The score in that game, we'll show you in a minute, was 10-9. Other scores, it was Miami over Oklahoma State, 40-3. Washington, Arizona gets going a little later. Oklahoma over Iowa State, 29-8. At the half, Michigan leads Iowa by a point. That's a good one going there. Baylor over leading Houston in the second, 14-7. It was Ohio State over Wisconsin, 31-16. Southern Miss, there you see the upset of the day. Auburn went for the tie with 1:30 to go in the game. They did not get it on the two-point conversion. Southern Miss has done it again. Last year they beat Alabama. The year before that they upset Auburn at Auburn. They did it again today, 10-9 the final there. Pittsburgh over Maryland, 24-20 at the half. California and UCLA, it is California and UCLA tied at 14. NC State over Georgia Tech, 28-21. Alabama, no problems with Tennessee, Chattanooga, 53-7. Illinois over Minnesota, 24-3. Purdue down Northwestern, 17-14. Liberty, Morehead State, we don't have a score in on that one, but it was Tennessee State over Murray State, 28-7 as we fill in the blanks on that page. In baseball, the only thing I can do is start doing this. That's what the Atlanta Braves did today because they clinched. Let's go to the highlights. The Tomahawks were out today down in Atlanta
to win their game.
And Atlanta was just looking to clinch, and they end up winning the Western Division. Terry Pendleton got the baseball rolling early. As the Braves were taking it to Houston, well, they were doing it like this. Terry Pendleton will plate Lonnie Smith, a couple of former Cardinals hooking up to score the game's first run. Then Ronnie Gant comes in an inning later, and this one was out of hand in a hurry. Gant with a home run to make it 4-0. And then all that was needed to decide this one was the final out of the ball game. Here we are in the ninth inning. 5-2 the score, the Braves in the lead. Ken Caminetti with the shot out to David Justice, and he makes the catch. Now at this point, they were celebrating because they had clinched a tie for the Western Division in the National League. The final was 5-2. Celebration was really about to heat up because out in San Francisco, as they were trying to celebrate, this is the final out of this game. This would give them the Western Division title outright. Will Clark says, yes, we did it. The Dodgers lose 4-0, and there you see the Braves starting to celebrate some more because they are heading to the playoffs. It will be Pittsburgh and Atlanta in the National League Championship Series. Some exciting baseball action today, you should say.
And a lot of people were saying before that we were a destined team to win it, but I don't think so. You can't beat great talent and working together and putting together a run like we did at the very end. It was a dynamite ball club, dynamite finish.
Well, this is really great. I mean, I had a pretty good year last year, and, you know, we weren't winning. But this year it's totally different. We have a winning ball club, and I feel like I contributed. You know, this guy did a job for us. When he was out, you know, we rolled, and he came back strong. And I tell you what, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be at the point we're at right now.
Ronnie Gant and David Justice. With the Breeders' Cup right around the corner, Festine tuned up with a win in the Jockey Club Gold Cup at Belmont Park today. Festine overtook Chief Honcho with the 16th to run. Derby winner Strike the Gold was third. Strike the Gold is now 0-6 since the Run for the Roses. And I tell you what, that's a rough road to hoe. They always say that the Derby takes a lot out of a horse. Strike the Gold is a perfect example.
Okay, Rick, thank you much. Coming up next, what delights a grown-up just as much as it delights a kid? Planes, trains, or automobiles? Up next, we'll show you an exhibit that brings back lots of memories.
The phones are going crazy. Store Cable Instant Install Weekend. Yes, sir. Cable installed for $9.95 by noon tomorrow. Guaranteed. Or your first month of classic service is free. Plus, we'll give you special savings on HBO and Cinemax. Great. I'll sign you up now, and we'll see you by noon tomorrow. You should call Store Cable, too, because this offer is good this weekend only. Call 448-7750 now and get cable installed by noon tomorrow. Guaranteed. Store Cable Instant Install Weekend. Store Cable. Store Cable.
Value Market gives you the most value for your shopping dollars. With her family, Paula Burke needs nutritious foods priced with families in mind. She loves the specials she finds at Value, like these.
Fisher sliced Melwood bacon, 99 cents.
Light and Lively cottage cheese, just 99 cents. Duncan Hines cake mix is only 68 cents. And A&W root beer, Big Red, Diet Right, and RC Cola, just $1.18.
Get the most for your money at Value Market.
Hunger.
It's one of those hidden problems that's there all the time.
Children.
It really startles me that in the state of Kentucky we have 1 in 4 of our children who does not have adequate nutrition.
In support of the October 13th Hunger Walk, Channel 32 News looks at hunger in our community and discovers how lack of food and nutrition is affecting our children. What can we do? Food for Thought, beginning Monday at noon and 5 on WLKY-TV, your 24-hour news source.
Each year, toy makers unveil new toys, hoping to find that Barbie doll or Monopoly game, something that will be around for a long time. But none can match what's on display this weekend at the Bashford Manor Mall. Kids love trains almost as much as the 3 men who spent 2 nights a week for 3 years putting together this display. They call themselves the O-Scalers. That, of course, refers to the trains that round these tracks. And the O-Scalers figure they've got several thousands of dollars in these trains. And they say they're still not finished. They think they're a year away from getting this display just the way they want it. It's an expensive hobby, but for a while, the O-Scalers can turn back the hands of time and remember when they were kids. And that display continues tomorrow at Bashford Manor Mall. Thanks for joining us. Good night.